Hi y'all, so after redesigning Marinette / Ladybug, it would be only right for me to redesign her supposed counterpart. You know, despite the show constantly reminding us how unimportant he is in comparison to Marinette, but I'll save those complaints for later in the video. But I do think it would be funny if I just kept on redesigning every other character except Adrien, and I just kept on saying, I'll get to him, but then never do. You know, like the show. Alright, so about Adrien / Cat Noir's design, I think it's serviceable if, I don't know, basic. Like, it feels like a quick jot something down design. Honestly, Adrien's base design works fine if we were following like movie Miraculous, where he isn't a model and Gabriel isn't as controlling as the TV show, as far as I can tell. But Adrien in the TV show is a model and his dad is a fashion designer and Gabriel is uber controlling. So it baffles me that he lets Adrien pick clothes from Old Navy and then sends him on his way. So the basis for most of Adrien's concepts was basically trying to make him look, you know, more fashion conscious, maybe preppy, really monochrome him to just like pure blacks and whites, not really, since those colors never really go out of style, in my opinion. There's a little bit of symbolism since Adrien is linked with the color black and Gabriel is linked with the color white. I try to make sure that the white is always like covering up the black, you know, symbolism. But I don't think that's the intention with the OG design, but I think it's something I try to carry over. Moving to Mr. Cat Noir, it has the same complaints as I did with Ladybug, where he really needs to separate the limbs a bit more, especially with 2D art. It works better in 3D since the shaders can't help define limbs, and with different materials can have different lighting. But again, I don't think the show is very good at that, especially in dark episodes. Maybe it's just me, but everything around him just becomes like this black blob looking thing. I feel like the show knows that having limited colors suck, because every other Cat Miraculous user has more colors. In my opinion, they already have better designs for the Cat and Ladybug Miraculous. It's called Mr. Bug and Lady Noir. Honestly, just permanently switch the Miraculous if that's their designs. The only other reference I had was Kitty Noir, but putting aside the cut of the outfit, it kind of sucks in my opinion. Like, the colors are just all over the place. The show likes to give other users green highlights, and yeah, that's like the only other color on Plag. But for my redesign, I thought it would be great if Cat Noir was a tuxedo cat. It's the most genius brain idea I ever had, and it adds just a little bit more color. Plus it hints at Adrien's upbringing and like profession. The only problem was trying to make it look not goofy and ridiculous, but I think I got something in the end. So the final designs I landed on were a slightly modified concept C for Adrien and a mix of B and C for Cat Noir. Adrien C felt like an appropriate mix of preppy and chill. Like, you can tell Gabriel picked out this outfit, but you know, Adrien like rolled up the sleeves and untucked the vest. The Converse also helped in making it look more casual than like loafers or like the trench coat. Also, in my canon, that beneath the white vest, it's hiding a dumb graphic tee design. Something like a shitty drawing of a cat on a branch with text saying, "Hang in there." Or he would wear like a goofy Hawaiian shirt if he was given the choice. Fashion sense, he has not. And this is why Marinette and Adrien work so well here. She's got the fashion sense but no confidence, and Adrien has all confidence and no fashion sense. The hair was really the only thing I made up on the spot, since I tried to make it look poofy like the original, but it didn't really work out for me. So he has bangs that sort of mimic the banana shape, while the rest of it is much more slick backed. But still kind of messy. Like, maybe he messes with it on the way to school, because, you know, he's not trying to show up class with like completely slick back hairdo. Moving on to Cat Noir, the parts I really liked about the original design were the large bell and the belt tail. So they were kept with like very minor alterations. As I said before, I introduced white to the palette since I wanted another color to work with, and because I wanted Cat Noir to be a tuxedo cat. The show likes to use neon green when it needs an extra color, but I've decided that all the Kwamis have 2 to 3 colors, and the eye colors are just for the eyes. I know Plag is meant to be like a purely black cat, you know, unlucky cat, that sort of thing, but he's still mostly black in my redesign. And the pattern I gave him is just meant to reference 13, you know, the unlucky number. Back to the maybe human. I was having a hard time picking the right way to make him look not ridiculous. Concept A felt like a Dr. Seuss character to me, and like, I don't know why. That's where I toyed with Cat Noir keeping the blonde hair, but no, it's not really working for me. I like Concept B's outfit, which was mostly inspired by Kitty Noir's outfit, you know, the top and the gloves, if I can say anything nice about her design. I will cut Kitty Noir some slack since I think it looks mostly fun in 2D art or like the fan art, but dear lord, the shaders need to calm down. That purple sheen is too much. But again, back to the maybe human. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. I really like C's hair. I think it really gives that extra flair that Cat Noir needed to make the design not boring, and it really feels like a disguise he's putting on. The biggest problem was trying to figure out a way how to separate the blacks so they don't all blend together, since it's all meant to be one color. I think having gray line work helps, but I also included just a slight pattern to some of the black to make sure that they don't blend in together and so that I don't really break my color rule. The white dots were added to the mask since I realized that in my flat shading style, you can't really distinguish Cat Noir's expression, but I don't think I would keep them if I like turned this design into a 3D one. And now I get to talk about my problems with Adrien and Cat Noir as characters. I have problems with Adrien and Cat Noir both in and out of universe. I'll start with out of universe since it's like the most obvious thing, which is the show doesn't care about Adrien as much as the show's other protagonists. Like, yes, Marinette is the main character of the show, but it's called Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Please just let Adrien / Cat Noir be like important. The show's been going on for 5 seasons, but oh my god, he's received so little episodes specific to him. And there's like 2 reasons why, I think. One, Thomas really wants to keep saying that Adrien is like perfect. He isn't flawed, the world is. But like, he does have flaws. Being too naive and too optimistic can be flawed, and it can help bounce off Marinette's more like anxious and like pessimistic personality. Also, Cat Noir's weird flirting. It's weird, you know? You can make it an interesting storyline about how he needs to learn about like personal boundaries, or like have it more as like a, you know, platonic ego boosting flirting, like, you know, sometimes my friend does that. Secondly, I'm sorry, but like Adrien and Cat Noir don't play important roles in the story. Adrien is someone for Marinette to chase after, and like, yeah, he's the son of the villain, but you know whose reaction is much more important to the reveal? Marinette's reaction, not the son. And Cat Noir, well, his cataclysm is useful, but it's not like needed. Every episode is just Ladybug telling Cat Noir to be a meat shield while she does the important thing and like defeats the villain, and then she yells Miraculous Ladybug to like fix everything. Ugh. If Cat Noir isn't in a fight, yeah, it might like take longer to beat the hero, but like the results are the same. He's not critical. And it feels like such an easy way to fix this. Literally every other person has suggested Cat Noir be part of the fixing process. Ladybug can recreate the parts of a broken building, and Cat Noir, he gets rid of the rubble. There. I've made the galaxy brain move of making him vital to the duo. It really isn't that hard. So what would I do in my rewrite? Well, I said I wanted Adrien to be like clearly a more defined deuteragonist. Let Adrien be flawed. He keeps trying to put on this like mask of perfection because his dad, which leaves him unable to deal with stuff like, you know, the passing of his mother. As cliched as it is, the other major flaw would just be like, you know, being too naive and optimistic. At times it can be good, like helping Ladybug after the Miraculous box was stolen, but other times it would just be his downfall. When faced with the reality that his dad is the villain the entire time, he reveals himself to Gabriel to try and get him to stop. But alas, Gabriel has gone too far. This leaves Adrien vulnerable to getting his Miraculous stolen. You know, something like that. Second, make Cat Noir important to the duo. His ability to clean up debris will be something only he can do, and so that he isn't just the default punching bag, it makes him like critical to his role as Cat Noir. While we're on this, can like Cat Noir come up with the plans sometimes? Like, I know Ladybug is meant to be the thinker, But I think sometimes she would like, overthink her plans, and Cat Noir's more simplistic approach might be what he needed, or he can see something that Ladybug didn't. I also want to explore this like tension between Cat Noir and Ladybug, since he sees being a superhero as a way to break free from his controlling dad and like, something for fun, versus Ladybug's more serious approach to the job. And since I haven't touched on it, the Felix and Adrien like Sentimonsters thing, yeah, I'm like, no. I like how they're artificial humans, but I think the whole concept of Sentimonsters and like Amok and like powers of the Peacock Miraculous is stupid. I'm sorry. I'll talk more about the changes to the Peacock Miraculous in like Natalie says Myers video, since I'm removing like Sentimonsters. This would just mean that like Adrien and Felix are just gonna be creations of like the Ladybug Miraculous. This is gonna be from a period of time when the Ladybug Miraculous was like broken, like how the Peacock Miraculous was. So Tiki has a very little memory / fuzzy brain about the whole time period, but she keeps on getting this strange feeling about Adrien, and then later Felix, when we meet him, we're led to believe that this is Tiki sensing the Cat Miraculous, but no, it's her like foggy memories about like creating him and Felix in her like state of like broken like fuzzy mind. But that's most of what I wanted to talk about Adrien / Cat Noir. I feel like he could be an interesting character, but like, dear lord, this show does not know how to deliver on like the most interesting plot points. Anyway, here's the final design. I hope y'all like it. Thanks y'all for watching. I think I'll do an all Kwame's redesign, maybe a video, or it might just be a post, since I know they'll be getting redesigns to fit with my own rules. Some will be more drastic than others. Maybe it'll just become like a teaser for other heroes design, but honestly, the colors are chosen after the heroes are, so I feel like the Kwame's design might change again after I make the heroes. I'll figure something out. Oh well. Do the general YouTube stuff. Not sure when the next video will be out, but I'm planning for it to be a bigger video. Like, I hope. Alright then, bye y'all.